look at South Carolina's defensive front, what they did against Arkansas, what's been the take?
You know, we really don't try and look at what other people's performances are. We just try and focus on ourselves. And, you know, getting better every day. You know, playing physical because you know that's the standard in Georgia. So we just try and uphold that standard.
I mean, talking about playing physical, I know you try to do that every game, but you look at what South Carolina's given up in the running game through two games so far this year. You guys kind of see this maybe an opportunity to get that running game of y'all's maybe going even a little bit more than what's been so far?
I think every game is, you know, we try and, you know, impose our will in the running game, you know, no matter who we're playing. So, you know, that's always the goal is, you know, to impose your will in the running game. So I think we'll attack it a little bit more this week.
What's it like to get a breather on occasion when they flop McClendon over there on left tackle? You know, how do you like that rotation?
Can you repeat?
When they rotate the offensive lineman and maybe move McClendon over?
You know, we just got so many, you know, great, like, offensive linemen. So, like, everybody can play any position. So, you know, I think just rotating us, just keeping us fresh and keeping our legs fresh. So we just rotate. So Mims can get reps because, you know, he's been doing a great job. You know, Warren's been doing a great job at right and left. So we just, you know, try to keep a fresh pair of legs in at all times.
How hard is that, just from your perspective, for Warren to be moving like that? And what do you think of the job he's done?
I wouldn't say it's a hard job because, you know, that's what we came here to do. You know, both of us play tackle. I rotated a little bit on both sides last year, so I know, you know, how he feels. But, you know, it's something you just get used to doing. It's adjustments. You know, it's part of the game plan, so you just got to stick with it.
How have you seen Demarius kind of handling his opportunities when he's able to get in there right tackle?
He's doing great. Like, Mims has evolved so much over the past year. It's crazy. Like, it was way faster than me because my first year here, it took me a little while to, you know, get used to it. But him, he just came in ready to work and he got after it.
Where has he evolved the most, kind of from your perspective?
I would just say really the maturity part of it. You know, like, you know, coming in, 5-star recruit, you know how that goes. So I feel like, you know, his maturity is like on another level now. So
how is that, I guess, showing up, I guess, in the day-to-day in practice, and how much is that helping him now? Now he's kind of getting a little bit.
He just takes it with him to the field, you know, like ready to learn. He's more open to learning, you know, listening to older players. So, and that helps him in the run and the pass game. So.
I'm trying to remember, have you made the trip over to Williams-Brice before?
Williams.
Up to South Carolina Stadium, to Columbia.
My freshman year.
You did make it
My
over
freshman
there.
year.
Just what's your thoughts on playing on there? It's known to be a loud place. Pretty crazy about the Gamecocks over there. It's the first true road game for you guys this year, SEC road game. How do you feel about that?
I really didn't get a real experience my first time because, you know, it was like during COVID. So,
Right.
you know, I'm excited to play, you know, SEC game. You know, stadium's always going to be rocking. Two SEC opponent teams going at it. So,
What's been the craziest environment you've been in yet?
Tennessee,
Tennessee?
loudest stadium I ever played in.
Yeah.
It's a crazy game.
Talking about the noise, what's the prep been like this week as far as offensive lines, just about being able to handle that kind of things?
When you're on the field, you really don't think about it too much. You just try and tune it out. But like I said, the Tennessee, when we played Tennessee, the stadium was rocking like from the beginning of the game. Like, so it's just something you get used to. Like, you get used to playing and, you know, listening to the cadence and the quarterback and what they're saying, and, you know, just all five of us being on the same page at the same time, and you'll be all right.
I mean, you got an experienced center, you got an experienced quarterback. Does that really kind of help? You talk about combating the crowd, to have those two guys specifically.
Yeah, it definitely helps because, you know, like when it comes to communication, they overly communicate, so that helps a lot.
If I remember correctly, the first time you really thrust into the starting lineup last year was against Auburn on the road, raucous environment. What was that like, especially coming off the bench where you weren't the starter that day, but you had to go in and play first team reps?
You know, you just got always stay prepared. You know, like Coach Munkin always tells us, if you're traveling, you have to be prepared because you never know what happens. Like, anybody can go down at any time, and you never know when your name is going to be called. So you just always got to be in tune with the game and, you know what's going on and be ready.
As a young player, is it hard to sort of get to that mindset? You know, given I'm sure in high school you're playing all the time, and then you come here and it's certainly an adjustment to not, you know, starting right away.
It's an adjustment, but I wouldn't say it's nothing too crazy to get used to because, you know, you coming in, you got new things to learn. It's a whole new system, more than likely. So, you know, you just try and learn from the older guys and, you know, just wait your turn.
It appears Kendall Milton is getting more, I don't know if it's confidence, but it seems like he's running more confidently. What are you seeing from Kendall Milton in the run game specifically?
All our running backs are explosive. You know, Kendall, he's running very well. You know, his weight's good. You know, he's a powerful running back. So I plan on seeing more of him, like, you know, downhill running and just getting after it.
We talked to Brock about Darnell and specifically the way he blocks. Just as an offensive lineman, what's it like seeing a tight end that is going to take on those kind of blocks and handle guys like that?
You're not going to find another tight end that size in the SEC that's that physical. That's as simple as you can put it. Like, he's a great dude, amazing football player, and he's just huge. Like, he doesn't shy away from contact. He loves contact, and he's going to go after it every time. Whenever he gets a chance, he's going to try and take your head off every time.
You just mentioned how communication is going to be very important, especially in a road environment where it's going to be really loud. Through the first 2 weeks with the starters and the rotation guys, have you seen just improvement with the connection and communication between you guys?
Yeah, I think practice is a big role in, like, with us and the noise, because we practice with the crowd noise in practice. So we get used to it sometimes. Like, they'll turn the speakers up to where you can barely hear yourself think. So I believe that transitions to the game, and it helps a lot.
And what are your initial thoughts on guys on the D line from South Carolina that you've seen from film? You just mentioned 5-star recruits. They got Jordan Burch on the other side.
Yeah, like, I had a chance of playing. You know, like I said, my freshman year we went down there. I had a chance of playing against a few of them. You know, they have a great program as a whole. You know, new coaching staff. So, you know, they still, like, got some things to get used to. I really don't know too much about, like, their system or what's going on, but you know, they have great players, great talent. You know, we just got to go in ready every day to work.
Hey, off the field question, do you still ride dirt bikes, or have you been forbidden to ride them anymore?
A long time ago, I gave that up.
You had to give that up?
Yeah, I had to give it up.
You miss it?
Sometimes, you know, but, you know, I gave it up right before I got to college. So, you know, it was just hard for me because I grew up around it. So it was always around me. So
I remember that.
It's a hard thing to give up, but something that had to be done.
Are you a morning person? What do you think about 12 p.m. kickoff?
It doesn't. Whenever they're ready to kick off, they can kick it off at 6 a.m. I'm gonna be there ready. So, no matter what time it is, I'm always ready.
You like being able to get back at Athens, in Athens with the sun still up occasionally?
I really don't think about the post game too much. You know, I be so amped to play. It don't matter, like I said, it don't matter what time, I'm always trying to get after it.
Sort of to that point, what's the excitement like just for you to get in SEC play, to get that started?
You know, it's exciting, you know, like SEC, you know, powerful conference. I just love the physicality that everybody in the SEC plays with, you know, because that's what we pride ourselves on. So we just go in every week, no matter who we play. But in the SEC, you know, you got to step it up a notch because you know they're going to play physical because they're in the SEC with you. So, you know, it's just a battle at that point.
You mentioned Marius kind of maturing after coming in as a 5-star recruit. He's not the only 5-star recruit you guys have. What is the process like of, I guess, kind of resetting expectations for guys when they come in so highly touted out of high school?
It's really on the person that's coming in. I would say, just because of how you got to switch your mindset from playing to going to a whole new system and learning everything. Like, it's basically like a fresh start. So you got to learn new calls. You don't know what's going on. You know, it's faster. You know, like, you running from drill to drill. Some people, you know, like 5-stars, you know, they run their schools so half the time. So they've really never been pushed. So it's like, it's a learning process, you know, just being able to take coaching and everything. So.
You used to have to go up against Trayvon Walker every day in practice, and you made some pretty spectacular plays on Sunday, including that interception. What was your reaction when you saw those plays?
It was great, man. It was amazing seeing him, you know, just from being able to practice with him to seeing him on TV is just like, it was crazy. Like, because I knew, like, he was always a freak. Like, he was naturally talented. Like, and he was fast, so long arms. Like, his arms was crazy. Like, but he's like, when I saw him make that play, it hyped me up. I almost jumped through the TV for him. I wanted to celebrate with him.
What do you mean when you say 5-stars run their schools?
Like, just like, because, you know, if you're a 5-star, it's just like you're the man on campus, basically. So, like, Because I know for me, it was like everybody, like being highly recruited, everybody's looking at you to, you know, be able to push the rest of your teammates and everything else. But as like a 5-star, you gotta still have that mindset. Just like when you get here, you gotta push your teammates as well as they gotta push you, and you know, it all evolves in a big circle.
All right, thank you, Broderick. Thanks, Broderick.
Thank you.